all the fun of talking to priests after Mass. None of the drawbacks, really, if you think about it. I'm not going to communication coordinator here at St. Benedict Parish, and hedging his bets right next to me here, Father Oscalati.
I'm a bet hedger. I'm a bet hedger.
I guess so. On my right, Father Simon Lobo is here.
Hello. I am.
I'm sorry. He's an important guy. He's a pastor. I'm not giving him grief for it. He's got stuff to do. You actually just
let's shame him. No, let's shame him.
I'm multitasking. Yeah. Always working, never stop working.
That's true. Yeah.
Much like the Lord, he never stops working.
That's right.
You're just like the Lord.
Yeah. Just if only. What if he ever calls us to rest?
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know.
That is a great question.
You could ask that.
Yeah. I should reflect on that and maybe preach a homily one day on the topic of rest.
Right. Some Sunday you'll talk about rest. I love that. So yeah, it's the Digital Foyer. It's a time for you to ask some questions. We'll see if we can get you some answers. There's a question here early on just saying, okay, look, they wanted to get kind of confirmation about Mass times next week. So our in-person Mass is next week, 4 p.m. Saturday, 11:30 on Sunday, and that is it. But we still are going to have our live stream Mass here at 9 o'clock. You can do that. And if you want a little bit of bonus content, on Saturday of the ordination of Deacon Patrick Sala. Although that is not technically a Sunday Mass, but if you watch an ordination, I feel like you're going to watch a Sunday Mass anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like
you're in.
The Venn diagram of like if you're probably going to watch Sunday Mass is the same. So, yeah. Father Patrick won't be at one of our Masses next. Like he's not going to be like on the live stream or anything like that.
No, he will not be on live stream next weekend. He will be celebrating his Mass of Thanksgiving.
Right.
And so, because this is his home parish, he's requested to celebrate technically, it's not his first Mass. We call it that all the time, like your first Mass, but his first Mass is the Mass he's being ordained at, where he's actually, right after he's ordained, he's right there at the altar consecrating the Eucharist with the other priests present. But the very next day, Mass of Thanksgiving, and because this is his home parish, he's requested to celebrate a Mass here. So he will do that. Sadly, because of our provincial restrictions, it's not wide open to the public. He's got quite a large family, and so he's already filled up the 150 slots with family members and a few close friends who have been with him on the journey. So, but that will be next Sunday afternoon. So
there we go.
Yeah.
So it's good. So yeah, this is an opportunity for you to, now that we have Mass and stuff clarified, ask some questions here in the Digital Foyer. Got all sorts of things. Got Father Alex here. He preached just now. Just recently here.
Is that what I did?
Talk about bodies and stuff like that. I think more or less.
Right,
I don't know.
Okay.
Fits in the kind of the
it was
general
all.
definition
I blacked out. What happened?
Really? Okay.
What happened?
It's kind of a fugue state.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
that kind of happens that way. Things like that. Yes. So one thing I wanted to point out is that we have a new video on YouTube. We put out our 5 summer faith tips. If you haven't seen that, check that out on YouTube and on Facebook.
With
there.
Laura and Matt.
That's right. Yes. So if you need some tips, figure out kind of what you should do for the rest of the summer here. It's not over yet. So good for you to get that started there. Check that out.
It's awesome.
Check it out on our page there. So there's a question from last week I wanted to get to.
You guys are so creative, by the way.
Oh,
just want to say.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
I love it. I love all the content coming out of the Matt and Laura creative, genius universe.
Sure.
Keep it coming.
Yes. Well, I'll tease that we have something coming out probably in September that is a little even more creative.
Oh,
so that was creative.
Come on.
Oh,
even more so.
Come on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I can't even wait.
We'll see what happens.
Any sneak peeks or?
Prayer will be involved.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Very good.
Prayer. So we're talking about September there. And shout out also, we have some lovely summer students who've been with us this summer.
Yeah.
Coming to a bit of a close there. Shout out
awesome.
to Antonia and Liam, who do social media and video content respectively. They do it respectfully.
Well, they do it respectfully.
They do.
They're quite respectful in their approach.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
They don't come to the office and be like, "Hey, dummy, I did some work today."
moron.
Yeah, exactly. They do not do that. They do great people. They do great things there, which is great. And also very fun, that a sign that we are increasingly trying to live a phygital church where we actually have brought in people to do work online. We have videos and stuff like that. Obviously, video is becoming more. You've done some video stuff with Liam too, right? A little bit of alpha stuff. Am I right?
Yeah, I did. He's pretty great. He's got some real skills, and if you can make this look good, then that's saying something. So he actually filmed a short. I was asked by Alpha Canada to shoot a short talk on the Holy Spirit, which I did. It's going to be used at a conference in September, gathering not just for Alpha, but church leaders across the country coming together with this focus on evangelization. And so it was a real honor to be asked, and really delighted to have Liam bring his skills to make that happen. So it's amazing. In any given week, there's all these things going on behind the scenes. Our staff are working so hard. Often it's kind of like me, never stop working, never stop working. But that's a riff from the song Waymaker, by the way, if you didn't catch that.
I promise we have a healthy culture of work. Like, we try to be healthy.
Yeah.
Ora et labora.
Generally.
Ora et labora.
Ora et
St. Benedict,
labora.
his famous line, Ora et labora, pray and work. I think we're trying to keep those in balance.
What's Latin for have fun? Because I want to tack that on there.
Yeah.
Ora et labora et have
Father
fun.
Rox, you're our Latin expert.
Yeah.
I love every
Felix is happy.
Just throw
Felix
Father
is
Alex
happy.
under the bus.
Yes.
Yeah, just throw him under the
I
bus.
like to be always are like, Father Alex, you're a Latin scholar.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
a
every
Latin
time
scholar.
we get nothing.
Yeah,
How
carpe
about,
diem.
It's something that sees the day.
Yeah.
Nice try, though.
No,
but
it's my Latin. That's the extent of my Latin.
I was going to say it's something like facere fleximus. That's probably
to make
fun.
to make
That sounds,
fun.
I like
Make
that.
fun, make happiness.
That's what you're making fun of me right now. That's what this is all
In
about.
Latin.
Making fun with you.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
poking.
fun. Right.
These are the barbed Latin comments.
Things feel more barbed in Latin. It's true. Something we actually asked people before Mass was, did you have is there a family vacation from when you were younger that you like it sticks out as like a really lovely, like, oh, that was a really fun vacation? First time, do you remember one?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
And it actually involved the East Coast. I'm from Ottawa, so going to the East Coast was a big deal. And we went to Prince Edward Island, and
Did we ask you that recently? I feel like maybe we did.
have you heard this story before?
Maybe, I don't know.
Have I?
Go ahead.
Anyways,
Bill.
I'll just tell the same.
Please.
I've only had one vacation in my whole life, and so
So into work.
I harken back to it often, reliving it. Dad had a conference to go to, it was concerning aquaculture and his background in veterinary. So we went to PEI. He was at the conference, but we camped along the way, and we had a tent trailer, and we were at this campsite, probably somewhere near Cavendish. I don't know, but
There's lots there.
But we had fresh lobster, and I think Dad managed to buy it off they had already closed the lobster shop or whatever, and so he went to a wharf, and some guy like sold it out of the back of his boat, and we just got a pot full of seawater and boiled it on our Coleman camp stove, and
Nice.
I don't remember how it tasted, but I'm sure it was delicious.
No, it
I'm
sounds
sure
fantastic.
it was
So it
delicious.
sounds like. So it's very good.
So that is one memory for sure.
I do just say, it sounds like when you talk about a conference involving aquaculture, it sounds like it's something where like your dad met with like mer people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Aquaman.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I was thinking,
is there an
great-
Aqua Woman? I don't know.
I don't know.
Or
There
just
should be.
Aqua. I mean, great.
The band
classic,
Aqua, of
the
course.
classic
Yes,
90s.
the classic
That's what I was
European.
thinking. Yeah, European like dance kind of.
Is that
Dr.
the
Jones.
I'm a
That's a
Barbie
good-
girl? Is that
Correct,
yeah,
yes.
I'm a
Oh,
Barbie
wow.
girl. Yeah.
No, it was
yes.
something different than that, if I
Strange.
recall.
Oh, okay.
Had more to do with
That's what I-
fish and other
that's what
sea
I pictured.
creatures and how healthy they are, and
Oh.
maybe
Aqua being Latin for water, as a matter of fact. Latin,
that true?
Latin
It seems
scholar,
like it could be true.
Latin
Look
scholar
at
over
that.
here.
Do you
Look
have
at
a family vacation that you remember? I know,
so-
you have like, I feel like you have like a cottagey kind of thing.
Yeah,
going
we
on.
have like a northern Ontario, relatively speaking, from southwestern Ontario.
Right.
So, like between North Bay, Sudbury region, we have a family cottage. My parents, we've been going there since before I was born. And my mom, on her side, there's an island that's been in the family for generations, and it's of course like in every generation, it's like subdivided into smaller and smaller,
Sure.
right? To kind of the family clan sort of thing.
Yeah.
But my dad bought a place. He went up with my mom one year when they were dating, I think. And then a few years later, when they got married, he bought a place. And so there's like a family cottage. There's an outhouse, which is great. It's a little cold sometimes at night. But we've been going there every year since, before I was born.
Wow.
And so I don't remember one specific time because they're all sort of blended together. Just our whole summers were spent at the family cottage. So they still go every year.
There we go.
So,
Very
I
nice.
think my mom's there right now, actually.
Okay. There we go. Shout out there. I was
out
going
to
to say,
Mama.
it seems like a pretty baller move when you're dating someone. Like, do you want to come to the family island?
The family island.
But then you mentioned the outhouse. A little less baller.
Well, they all had they all had outhouses. Like
Right.
this is pretty rustic kind of
Yes.
scenario.
Exactly.
Like there's no well water. Like you have to buy it and lug it to the cottage.
Right.
And stuff
You
like
kind
that.
of start the day by being like, welcome to my family island, and then be like,
Yeah,
just to be clear.
Family
it's-
Island, yeah, I think there's, imagine like a yacht and like infinity pools and all that
Right.
kind of stuff. It's not quite like that.
Not quite like that.
Quite like that.
Very relevant question here. A question about if you wear socks with sandals.
Oh.
Socks are often a fixture here in the Digital Foyer.
Yeah.
Do you guys wear socks with sandals? Is that your preference, or have you done it? Fellow Simon, you almost look like you've been caught a little bit here. So how do you feel about socks with
I
sandals?
have never been recorded in my life as wearing socks
Recorded.
and sandals.
Okay.
Recorded. Behind
There's
closed doors.
there's no evidence
Okay.
that has ever happened, and I think
And it's not
I think
suspicious
that's
at all, you're
an
talking about.
appalling atrocity that should be avoided at all
Okay.
costs.
There we go. Not fully in denial, to be clear, to be crystal clear, but he does come across strongly as anti-socks with sandals. Father Alex, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'll just go with it. If my feet are cold and I'm wearing sandals, put on the socks.
No shame.
Much more
shame.
laissez-faire attitude
I'm
there.
confident in who I am that I can just wear socks with sandals if I feel like it.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's a good thing there. Fellow Simon, you get some. Yeah, you want to
Yeah,
hit us, buddy?
I got two things. I got two things
Okay.
for you. One is I prayed for these folks during Mass today, but
Right.
there's this whole pilgrimage going on, the Way of Stella Maris. So this is a big Latin episode. You're learning a lot of Latin. Stella Maris means,
Star of the Sea.
look at that, our Latin scholar. Way to go. Thank you, Father Ox, for coming through, as I knew you would. Star of the Sea, it's the title for Mary. And because this is also the diocesan feast day, so shout out to our whole archdiocese, our Archbishop Brian Dunn. We're praying for you. These pilgrims started actually on Tuesday, walking every single day from about Middle Muscadabit, which is over 100 kilometers away, making a journey approximately 15 to 20 kilometers each day, walking, praying as pilgrims. And it was inspired by the Camino in Spain and led by Father Rob Elford, who is the man, and I just want to give my brother priest a huge shout out. He's such a beautiful priest and visionary. And so there's this group of 2 or 3 dozen people who have been journeying. And I had the privilege of walking 3 out of the 6 days this week, including yesterday. And so they're very close. Today they're leaving Eastern Passage, St. Andrew's in Eastern Passage, and walking, either taking the ferry or the bridge across to end up at the cathedral.
They're not going to walk on water.
Some of them, if they're taking the ferry, they could moonwalk maybe on the
that.
ferry. I don't know if that counts, but it's just a beautiful experience. And so, praying for you guys is your last steps. I know there's lots of blisters, lots of aches and pains, but some of our own parishioners who've been doing it. So, way to go! They've been carrying their own personal intentions as well as those of the whole diocese with them as they walk. And secondly, I wanted to give a shout out to my man, Jack Fleming, because today he received an award from Pope Francis.
Are you serious?
I am
Wow.
serious.
Okay.
And speaking of Latin, I don't know if this is Latin or Italian, but it's called, that's why I have my phone out, so apologies for I'm not like just checking Facebook. I had to do a fact check. It's called the Bene Merenti Medal. Bene Merenti Medal. And it's being awarded for long and exceptional service to the Catholic Church. And Jack is an octogenarian who is just a joy, and he's been a pillar of our church for years and years and years. And I think he represents so many other amazing people in our parish who have been around for ages and been faithful, giving, supporting. Jack is the kind of guy who every once in a while, he'll just phone me up out of the blue and just say, hey, Father Simon, I just want to encourage you. You're doing awesome. And just like unsolicited. And I hope that when I grow up, I become a little bit more like Jack Fleming. So praying for you, brother. Thank you for your witness, and well-deserved on the award.
That's amazing. Wow. And just on the off chance that Pope Francis is seeing this right now, I just want to say, Father Simon, you did a great job. Give it the good work. And yeah, I don't have that many medals. So it's all right. Apparently, I'm seeing here, it was originally established as an award for soldiers in the Papal Army. So
Yes.
there you go. Long history there. So congratulations, Jack Fleming. And anybody, if anyone in our parish or associate with us wins a papal award, let us know, because that's worth celebrating.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know, you were talking about going on the pilgrimage there, Father Simon.
Yes.
I was just thinking, like, man, you know, you have to have the right footwear for that. You have to have the right shoes. You have to have the right
That
socks, right?
is so true. And Great segue.
And
This
so
is what I keep coming back to.
Every week, the Digital Foyer, our priests wear funny socks during Mass. You don't see them during Mass. That would be strange, but since it's not Mass anymore, we get to celebrate their wonderful footwear that they have. And so each week, they have different socks, and so we vote on them, right? And so last week, Father Simon had some Canada socks. I think there was like maybe a bear, maybe a mountie on there.
Yeah.
Father Alex had vacation socks, kind of alluding to the family island a little bit there.
cottage,
Father
yeah.
Alex won big last week.
Hey.
Big victory
Oh,
for
yeah.
Father Alex Galati. So
Oh,
we're going to
Simon.
see if he can continue his winning ways, see if he can retain his championship
Winning
here.
streak.
Sock
Okay,
championship.
well, summertime, what do we do? Celebrate Canada. Got some Canadian socks. We've got some moose wearing Canadian shirts, and we got canoe there. We got palm trees. We have
Palm trees,
in Canada.
yeah, I guess sort of.
In some places. There's
In
one in
BC,
Dartmouth.
maybe?
There's one in Dartmouth.
sure.
Yeah, and so vacay, because summer vacation. Also blues, color of Mary. Today's Assumption.
Oh,
Shout out to Mama Mary.
Nicely done.
Love it,
Nicely
love it.
done.
Father Simon.
I should have worn my hiking socks. That would have been very fitting.
Absolutely.
But they're all stinky and smelly. So instead, I wore some socks that I think are really the right attitude we should approach when it comes to the body. And Father Alex was preaching about, the body and having the wrong attitude towards the body. And they say count blessings, not calories. And so if you've been spending too much time in that grocery aisle reading those magazines about what your body should look like, I want to tell you, be like Mary, count your blessings and not the calories.
From my angle, it kind of looked like count your donuts, not your blessings.
That's because I have cankles.
I do like donuts.
Because I'm following the advice
Your
of my
cankles.
socks.
I like your cankles. Look, your body is great. Just the only perfect body is the one that's glorified in heaven.
And my
Father
cankles,
Simon, so.
one day,
will
please
be
God,
glorified
will be
cankles.
glorified in heaven.
Glorified cankles.
Shaking my head. All right, so those are the socks, folks. You have the blessings, not calories socks. You have the VKA socks. Vote for them now in the comments. We'll find out who wins in the weeks ahead. That is going to do it for us here in the Digital Foyer. Next up, SB Kids Online Church with Laura. I believe it's a worship party, so have fun.